And again, everyone, I'd like to welcome you to the Savvy Direct call for Monday, the 21st of July. Certainly want to show my appreciation for everybody being on the call today. My name is Karl Roller, and I'm the CEO of Savvy Direct and Savvy.com. And I appreciate you being on the call today because I think we have one of those opportunities that comes along once in a lifetime. Now, I know that you've heard that before because I've said it before. And I can understand why you might have a little bit of resonance in believing that it is really that unique. But I think after today's call, if this is the first time you've been on this call, that you'll understand why I believe it to be the best opportunity today in the United States. And I'll tell you why. There's something that's happening right now that has not happened ever before, and that's this m-commerce move. I mean, there's a shift that is happening from e-commerce to mobile commerce. And in that shift, everybody is trying to get on board. I mean, if you look at people today, they're spending so much time looking at their phone. Actually, the most expensive real estate on the planet is right there on your phone. That little quarter-inch square that's on the screen of your phone is the most expensive real estate on the planet. That people are paying literally hundreds of millions of dollars to have their little quarter-inch square on your phone. And let's face it, if you go to Las Vegas and you're walking down the street in Las Vegas or you're in Times Square and you see all these magnificent signs that they've got on the buildings and you look at the people, you'll see that they're looking down at their phone, trying to find out where they want to go, where they want to shop, what they want to do. They want to see who's trying to contact them. Mobile commerce is slated to be 5 times bigger than e-commerce. And what I mean by that is people using their phone to do business. 5 years from now, laptops will probably be a thing of the past. The iPhone 5, just to show you the computing power, the iPhone 5 has 1.8 million times the computing capability of the navigation system that was on Apollo 13, which took man to the moon. So things are changing very, very fast. And the ability to be able to do business, to communicate with people on the phone is happening faster than ever before. And small businesses out there are finding it very difficult to catch up. And really, we found a niche where we can take small businesses and bring them into the 21st century by giving them a presence on a phone that they could not have before. And how are we doing that? We're doing it because the first thing is that we are the largest network of retailers in North America, probably the world, with 382,000 merchants and climbing that are involved with us, that are connected to us, networked with us. Along with that, there's 20 million customers that are using that database right now. In addition to that, we have 150,000 on our app. That's right, a mobile app with 150,000 merchants on it that give people the ability to search in their local area for shops that have discounts every single day. We literally have millions of deals that people can use every day. What does this cost for people to use these deals? Absolutely nothing. We make it available free. Now, why are we doing that? The reason we're doing that is because we want to help small business. And in order to help small business, we need to attract customers, and we need to find a place where they can network together. And we have found a way to bring all of that together in a way that benefits small business in a huge way. And this is really important because small business today, and there's some 25 to 28 million of them out there, and small business represents 60% of the employment that goes on in the United States. Most small businesses the reason why we want small business to be successful is because they turn into big businesses. And without the small businesses, really, the engine of the economy in the United States just simply doesn't work. So we have found a way that we can take these small businesses who don't have a way to communicate with their customers in an efficient way, and we've created a loyalty program that is low cost, highly effective, and we can make it so that these small businesses can communicate with their customers and get those repeat business from existing customers faster than they ever could before. Now, it's important because a repeat customer will do 67% more business with a merchant that they're familiar with than a brand new customer. Now, one thing we know is that happy customers, loyal customers, bring you new customers. So it's very important that we maintain a good relationship with your existing customers. Now, if we walk in and talk to a normal small business, and when I say small business, I'm talking about a business that has 5 or 15 or less stores in their chain, right? It could be just a one shop, or it could be 2 or 3 or up to 15. If you get much more than that, it's more difficult to make the sale. Not because our product doesn't work for them, it's just because it's a longer process for you as a sales rep to be able to get that customer. And it's not as time efficient as it would be to get somebody that's a smaller vendor. Now, having said that, let's say that I walk into a restaurant and I ask the restaurant owner, how often do you talk to your customer? Their typical answer is going to be whenever they come in. And then I'm going to say, well, even if they come in, do you talk to every customer when he comes in? And the answer, of course, is no. So what we want to do is increase the amount of touch that customer has with the owner of the establishment. In addition to that, I'm going to ask them, what does your loyalty program look like? Or do you even have one? And typically what they're going to say is it looks like a punch card. Now, most of us are familiar with punch cards, but we probably have some. Most men don't carry them. Most women will lose them. And the reason that they're not efficient is for those very facts, the fact that men aren't going to use them and women are going to lose them. And haven't you had that experience where you come into a place that you like to frequent and perhaps you even bought or picked up one of their punch cards, and when you go back in, because sometimes you do it on the spur of the moment and you're trying to do some business there, and then they ask you at the end, oh, are you a member of our loyalty program? And you go, yes, I am, but I didn't bring my card. And they say, okay, well, make sure you bring it next time. And what happens is you get very frustrated because you realize that you just gave up a discount. And so that's a frustrating experience for you. So we don't want to have a frustrating or negative experience customer to merchant. So we've eliminated that as a problem by now allowing them to virtually get rid of all of those punch cards and all of those things that the customer would have to buy. So the merchant simply has to get in by our CLIck system. CLIck standing for Customer Loyalty Information Kiosk. It's a simple 7-inch tablet that sits on the counter in a tamper-proof frame, and it's branded to the merchant. So we specialize in making sure that he looks good. So if it's Karl's Car Wash, then my logo is going to be on that tablet on the left side, and on the right side is going to be a dial pad. So all the customer does is simply put in their phone number. Because even if you had a texting platform, right, the difficult thing is trying to get people to give you their phone number. So here it's real simple. It's right on the tablet. You just say, well, just go ahead and put in your phone number. When they do that, within 5 or 10 seconds, they get a text from the establishment welcoming them to the loyalty program and letting them know where they are in the stream of time toward getting their loyalty reward. So, for example, a car wash, I go in, sign up, I get a text that says, Karl, thanks for coming in or if you came in, right, it'd be, says, thanks for coming to Karl's Car Wash. You now have one car wash towards your kin to get a free car wash. Or it could be a free dinner. We actually use 3 different categories for you to be able to get a reward. Now, what happens is, let's say that the customer doesn't come in for a couple of weeks. Then automatically a text is sent to that customer asking them to come back in, reminding them, letting them know, hey, we miss you at Karl's Car Wash. We'd love to have you come in. Maybe even offer a little bit of a discount. For example, we'll dress your tires for free if you come in today. Or if you've got a slow period, you send out a text, and that goes out to all of your customers, and you will have people come in. Now, we've experienced that with our existing customer base where they'll say that sales go up by 20% or more. We actually know that if you send out a text to 1,000 people, you'll get a 13% response. That's 130 people walking back in the door. If our average merchant has 2,000 customers over a period of 90 days who come in and registered, that's 260 customers coming back and spending money in your store. This is powerful for for a retailer because they're always trying to find ways to get their customers back in the door. Now, what does all of this mean for you? Because if you're on this call, this may sound interesting to you, but what it means for you is the ability to be on the front end of virtually a new kind of loyalty program. Now, loyalty programs have been around since as long as I've been alive. I mean, when I was a kid, it was blue chip stamps or green stamps that was given out at car washes or gas stations. They've always been around in some form or fashion. And what we've been able to do is update that to a place that makes it more efficient, as I mentioned, for the merchant, but it also makes it a great opportunity for you to participate because we need somebody to tell these merchants, these tens of millions of merchants throughout the United States, that we have something that they need. We've actually found a vacuum out there, and we have found a way to fill it in a way that nobody else can compete. The typical problem, if you're just starting out with a loyalty program, would be, how many customers do you have now? Well, I don't have any. You're the first. Well, how many merchants do you have in your program? Well, you're the first one of those too. Well, see, we've eliminated that as a problem because you have instant credibility and influence with that merchant because you can demonstrate very quickly by just opening up your phone and showing them your app, the Savvy app, that we are the biggest out there. That instantly gives you credibility. And when you talk to that merchant, you say, not only are we the biggest merchant network in the United States, but we have launched the best loyalty program, the cheapest loyalty program for all of our merchants. And here's how it works. You can explain, and if you've got the terminal with you, what I do is I just tell them, listen, put your phone number in here. When they do that, they get a text within 5 or 10 seconds, and half the sales pitch is done because they see it working, and they know what it would do for them. They know what it would do for their customers. Because this is not going out randomly to people that don't know them. This is going out to somebody that does business with them now. I mean, let's face it, how many times have you been going out to lunch or going out to dinner and you take somebody with you and you're asking each other, well, where do you want to go? Well, I don't know, where do you want to go? And you just keep asking each other where you want to go. If you had gotten a text that morning about a place that you like already with a deal, guess what? You're going to go there. Now, do you make money on those deals? You don't. We want to make it the most effective way for the merchant. So we're not getting in the merchant's pocket on each deal that he does. And we're not getting into the pocket of the customer and trying to make money every time they redeem a reward. We know that we can do just fine by providing a high-quality product that gets the job done, where we can have extremely high retention on the part of the merchants, which we do. Right now, we're experiencing 90% plus retention among our merchants. That's unbelievably good. Now, how much does it cost for a merchant to get involved? They have a choice. They can get involved at the $7.99 and $100 a month level, or they can pay $424 and $125 a month. Either way, we pay out the same kind of commission. Now, that's a very inexpensive. That's just a startup, and then it's only $100 to $125 a month. If on average our merchants get 2,000 customers, can you imagine in 90 days for $125 they get to send out a text, and if they send that out every week, they're going to have 260 people come in the door? And we allow them to do that every week? As much as they want. Now, we only give them 2,500 texts, which is free, included in the 125. Anything over that, that's 2 cents a text. And you might think, if you're not familiar with that, you might think, wow, that could be expensive. But let's think about that for a minute. If you send out 1,000 texts, it costs you $20, but you get 130 people walk in the door, I think you could go to pretty much any merchant in town and say, listen, give me $20 and I'll bring you 130 people, the customers who come in and buy. I think they'd give you the $20 without question. So actually, we're very inexpensive and we're very results oriented. We want to make sure that our customers are very happy, and that's why we have that kind of retention level, is because we make sure that this doesn't cost merchants money, this makes merchants money. So the other thing that we do is we make a really easy way for those merchants to be able to eliminate the monthly payments, at least $100 a month, because if they refer us 3 merchants who also sign up and are paying monthly maintenance fee, $100 of their monthly maintenance fee goes away. That's going to save them $1,200 a year. That's incredible. Now, I don't want to make the merchants salespeople. They're not salespeople. That's not their mentality. But I'll tell you what, they're all looking to save money. And if I can show them how it saves money for them, actually makes money for them, this is a lay-down sale. Now, what does that mean for you? If you're on the call, somebody thought you were a strong leader and that you had the ability to build an organization here, and that's why you're on the call. And let me tell you what it takes to get involved with us. It's $200 to sign up with the company, $199, and it's $999 to get the full system. Now, it's not just the tablet and not just the full click system, but it's an unlimited amount of texting on that particular unit that you buy. So you can do one of two things. You can take somebody in your local area and make them your pilot shop, or you can use it to show people how the system works. Either way, you've got a system that you can demonstrate, or you've got a system that you can put into a merchant's location. I can tell you that it won't be very long, and people will be familiar with seeing our equipment around town. And they'll be familiar with it. You won't have to demonstrate it. You'll be able to tell them, listen, so-and-so down the street has it. You've got 15 people in the local area that have it. Let me show you videos of 15 or 20 people that love the system right now, right? And I'm telling you, this is about a 15-minute sale. It doesn't take very long. It's not a complicated compensation plan, because some companies actually try to get you to make money off of the merchants and make additional money off every transaction. You know, that's difficult to explain, difficult, takes time for them to understand it. We don't have any of that. We keep it so simple. We provide the merchant exactly what they're looking for, nothing more, nothing less, and we try to make it the most effective and cost-effective loyalty program they can find. Now, so how does it work for you? When you get involved, and you're now a rep for the company, you have the right to do two things. You have the right to build an organization, and you have the right to sell the units to the merchant directly. So the commission, when you sign somebody up, if somebody gets involved with the company as a rep or as an associate, you're going to make anywhere from $200 to $450 on each one that signs up in your organization. And you're going to make the spread between where you are and where they are, meaning that if you're at 450 and you sign somebody up and they get a commission of 200, then you're going to make the spread between where they are and where you are. So you're going to make $250 on that sale. And that would be to infinity. And on the monthly maintenance fees, you're going to get paid anywhere from $5 all the way up to $30 on the monthly maintenance fees. In addition to that, we have all kinds of leadership bonuses. We have some country pools that we make available for some of our reps to get to higher levels. All of that is available on the compensation side if you are sponsoring associates. When you sell a merchant directly, you're going to make anywhere from $160 all the way up to $360. Now you might say, well, why is the sale to the merchant less than it would be to an agent? Well, because, as an associate rather, the reason is it's exactly the same percentages. It's just that it's $1,000 basically for an associate, and it's $800 for a merchant. And if they buy the $425 setup fee and $125 a month, we pay the same commissions on that as we do on the $799 or the $800 setup fee. And on the merchants, you're also making anywhere from 5% or $5 all the way up to $30 on each of the merchants that sign up in your organization as well. Now, let me put that into practical terms for you. Now, keep in mind, one of the advantages that we have with this system is, unlike most opportunities that are out there in the direct sales arena or in network marketing, usually, most of the network marketing opportunities are nutritional or skincare, which means that people have to try it for a period of time before they decide to do it. And if you're lucky, you've got about a 15 to 20% reorder rate on a month-to-month basis. With ours, because we're not talking about a product that you ingest or put on your skin, we're actually talking about a system. The decision is made much quicker, both for people getting involved with us as associates and for the merchant that we're talking to. We're talking about business here. We're talking about not them spending money, but them making money with our system. So people have a different speed by which they get involved with us. We've had people make decisions right on the spot. I've made sales over the phone with people because they get it, they're ready to go, they want it, they need it, and they want to get it as soon as possible. So it's a much faster build, if you will. Now, the other advantage is that we're using a coded bonus unit level. That's the way our compensation plan is built. Coded bonus unit levels are great for people that are in business to make money. And that's why we chose that kind of compensation plan, because we know that those people that go out there and work are going to be rewarded big time. We're also hitting an area that really is untouched. There isn't anybody out there that's been able to scratch the surface on the loyalty programs from an electronic or mobile commerce standpoint that's out there at all. And the ones that are out there, we are much cheaper over the long run. Some of them might be a little cheaper on the startup, but there's substantial costs on a monthly basis. Either the costs are more or they charge per transaction. Many times it's up to 50 cents per transaction. So that gets very, very expensive. If you've got a merchant that's doing, as I mentioned and illustrated, 250 transactions a week, you're looking at $500 a month in cost if it was 50 cents per transaction. So we are substantially cheaper than any of those. And the other thing that we have that's a huge advantage is that we have a texting platform. And with the texting platform, this is not push technology. This is not an app that they download and we're pushing information through the app. This is an actual text to their cell phone, which means that we have a 98% open rate and within 3 minutes. And actually, within the first 10 seconds, we got about 50% open rate. So it's a better marketing program than anything else that they can do. Their customers are going to see it literally within seconds. So, and we've had people that have sold out of all their products in just a matter of a few hours because it's so effective in reaching the customer. So none of these other competitors are using the texting platform that we have and own. So we own our own texting platform. We own our own database. Everything that we have here, we own and we control. In addition to that, it's very important to look at the track record of the people that are involved. There's 3 owners here. There's myself and a little bit of information about me. I was a general contractor for 25 years plus in Southern California, building high-end custom homes. And then went from that into the network marketing industry. Well, actually a little bit of crossover there. I've been in network marketing for about 30 years. And I've, like many of you, have been in the field and worked it hard in the field. And it took me literally a few years before I figured out how to make money in network marketing. And then I got involved on the corporate side. I've also been involved on the development and sales side of products to network marketing companies and to the trade. And so I have a lot of experience on both fronts. I've built organizations in Asia, I've built organizations in Europe, and I've generated millions of dollars of income for myself and others in this industry over the last 20 years. And my other partner is Jim Pack. Jim Pack has done extremely well in business. He retired at age 47 as a lobbyist, and he's been an executive with telecom companies, vice president of sales for a telecom company. He's also done a lot of development, just like I was for a period of time. He did up in Park City in Utah. And he also successfully launched a network marketing company that's slated to do about $100 million this year. So he's got a lot of experience there, and he has a track record of success. And in addition to Jim Pack and myself, we also have Todd Mitsuishi. Todd has been a partner of mine for years. We go back about 15 years. We owned our own network marketing company in Japan for 5 years, and we also developed a lot of products and sold those together. We incubated another company that was just valued at about $1 billion. and he was the CEO of that company and retired from that a couple of years ago. And I was able to convince him to get involved with us here and to help us get this launched. There's been articles done on him in Business Week and Newsweek in Asia, highlighting his capability as an executive in the IT field. Also, he has been on the advisory board of Google Apps for Business, the original advisory board, and brings just a tremendous amount of experience because he's not only done all of these things, but he's been in the field as well, successfully building several organizations. That's actually how we met years ago, was his phenomenal ability to build a very huge organization, and really in record time. So you've got a track record of success among all the owners here, which is very important. And we're excited about the opportunity because we know that there are people that are going to get involved with us that will be generating 7 figures a year, and some even the potential is for them to do that even on a monthly basis, because it's such a huge marketplace, and we have the ability. We've really put everything together so that we can penetrate that marketplace and have a long-term sustainable business that will generate literally a lifetime's worth of money for people every year. So right now, we have not even launched. If you're on this call, we are so early in it. We haven't even done a pre-launch. We're just getting the product out there. We've got about 460-some merchants that are in our system that have one or part of the iterations that we've done until we got to the point where we felt we had the product ready to go for the marketplace. And we are now ready to get this launched and get this built. We fully expect by the end of next year that we will be the preeminent loyalty program that is out there with mobile apps. And we can do it simply because we have everything that you need to make that happen. And just think about this for a minute. If we put 50,000 feet on the street next year, people with feet on the street next year, which is very reasonable, and each of them just bring in 3 plus their own. That's 200,000 merchants. And each of those merchants has 2,000 customers. You're looking at 400 million customers. That's obviously there's going to be crossover, but you've virtually got the whole country at that point. You've got in the system, and you could do that. We would be the biggest out there by far. We can do it between now and the end of next year. And those that help us get that done are going to set themselves free financially. A half a dozen people, you'll make a ton of money here. You'll make a fortune here. But if you bring in a dozen, you'll be done for life. And we're doing everything we can to make sure that this is the best opportunity out there. We are building it for long-term success. We have a partner that's 30 years in the industry that is helping us with the merchant side. We actually have a whole suite of products that we'll be bringing and making available to these merchants as we grow, because we want to provide things for them absolutely free that will make them better at what they already are doing. And in that process, that'll just create a better brand for us. So I want to thank you for being on the call. Get back to the person that asked you to be on this call. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And just to let you know, because we're just getting started, we also have calls that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays that are training calls done by Mike Horn. Mike Horn's Vice President of Training for the company, and he's outstanding at being able to show people how to actually sell these units to the merchants. And not only to sell it to the merchants, but how to identify the best merchants. Let's face it, right now, if you look at a strip center, you've got the pick of the litter because nobody's knocking on their door telling them about anything like this. That's going to change in the years to come. But right now, we have a window of time where we could own this space. And we fully intend to get that done. Hopefully you see it along with us and you want to be a part of it. And if you do, I'd like to welcome you aboard. So thanks again for being on the call. And I'll look forward to hearing from you all very soon. Thanks again. That'll wrap it up for tonight.